Moving on to units and AUM. Whenever we talk of mutual funds, units and AUM often come into the picture. And today we will discuss these concepts in detail. This is our MF mutual fund scheme. For simplicity's sake, let's assume this scheme is hitting the market for the first time. Therefore, this is the case of a new fund offer. Now our investors A, B, C, D and E had contributed 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 12,000 and 8,000 respectively. So the sum of 10, 15, 20, 12 and 8 rupees 65,000. This is the capital of the MF mutual fund scheme. Now, like in case of companies, the capital is broken down into shares on the basis of face value. Similarly, in the case of mutual funds, the capital is broken down into units on the basis of face value. And the face value of a unit in most cases is equal to rupees 10. So the capital will be broken down into 65,000 divided by the face value, which is rupees 10, 6,500 units. Now these units will be allocated to these investors on the basis of NAV. Now what is this NAV? NAV is nothing but the market price of a unit. We will discuss a lot about NAV in detail later. For now, since we assumed it is a new fund offer, so the NAV is equal to the face value. So, our NAV is equal to rupees 10. Now let's see how many units will each investor get. Now since we can see that these investors have contributed different amounts, therefore they will be getting different number of units. So investor A has contributed rupees 10,000, the NAV is rupees 10, so he will be getting 10,000 divided by 10, 1,000 units. Similarly B, who has contributed rupees 15,000, the NAV is 10, so 15,000 divided by 10, 1,500 units. C, who contributed rupees 20,000, NAV is 10, will be getting 2,000 units. D, who contributed rupees 12,000, will be getting 1,200 units. And E, who contributed rupees 8,000, will be getting 800 units. So these investors are contributing to the capital of the scheme and in turn getting the units of the scheme. Therefore, these investors are called unit holders. And like in companies, shareholders are the owners of the company, unit holders are the owners of a mutual fund scheme. Now before moving on to AUM, we would first talk about the concept of unit capital. This is a very important concept from examination point of view. The formula for calculating unit capital is number of units multiplied by the face value. So our number of units is 6,500 and the face value is rupees 10. So our unit capital is equal to rupees 65,000. Now you must remember here that the number of units may change, but the face value will always remain same. So let's say the scheme has issued 500 more units after 5 months. So the new number of units would be 7,000. But the face value will always remain intact at rupees 10. So the new unit capital is equal to rupees 70,000. Moving on to the AUM or the assets under management. AUM is the market value of the total portfolio of the scheme. And since we assumed it is a new fund offer, so the market value is equal to the capital contributed by the investors. So therefore, the AUM is equal to rupees 65,000 till the time this amount is not invested by the fund manager. Thereafter, the AUM will be dependent upon the market prices of the securities in the portfolio. So if the market prices of the securities go up, the AUM will also go up. And if the market prices of the securities go down, the AUM will also go down. Now let's say after 6 months, the market prices of the securities of the portfolio increase by 20%. So what will happen to the AUM? The AUM, which was originally rupees 65,000, will also increase by 20%. So the new AUM is equal to rupees 78,000. And what will happen to NAV? So NAV can be calculated as the new AUM rupees 78,000 divided by the units 6,500. So the new NAV is equal to rupees 12. Now let's see what will happen to the investment of these unit holders. So A holds 1,000 units. The new NAV is rupees 12. So the investment value after 6 months will be 12,000 rupees. B, who holds 1,500 units, the new NAV is rupees 12, so his investment value is 18,000 rupees. C, who holds 2,000 units, the new NAV is 12, so his investment value is rupees 24,000. D, the investment value is 14,400, and E, the investment value is rupees 9,600. So, as the market prices of securities increased by 20%, the AUM also increased by 20%, the NAV also increased by 20%, and the investment value of the investors also increased by 20%. With this, we conclude the topic of units and AUM. Thank you.